Well, hello folks out there in YouTube land. Got a lot going on today. Still got a big show for you though, so let's get right on into it. All right, let's pull up the screen. Hmbl update. They did have an acquisition and Humbl's hanging in there. Everything else is crashing. We're having a real bad day in the market, and let's talk about that. Then we'll get into Hmbl. All right, so we've got oil that at one point last night hit $130 a barrel, and right now it's hanging around, I think, 120, which is just a massive increase from where it was. The Ukraine situation is no better, it's worse. And understand, not only are we going to have much higher gas prices moving forward because of this and other reasons, we're also going to have much higher food prices, because realize a lot of the wheat in the world is grown in Ukraine. A lot of the fertilizer is made in Russia. That whole area, not only are they can't plant. They literally can't plant because they're too busy fighting a war. So we're going to have a mess, and there's no way people are going to take fertilizer from Russia. They're probably not going to be taking oil much longer, because I understand that the House and the Senate are getting together and trying to put together a bipartisan block of their oil. So we're just going to have a whole lot of volatility, most of which I don't think is going to be very good. And I didn't want to come out here and act like this.
Please disperse. Nothing to see here, please.
That's right. It's just a damn mess. So anyway, let's talk about Hmbl. As we look at Hmbl today, it's actually in the green. And let me assure you, there are very few stocks in the green right now. As a matter of fact, there are some great values out there in some of the big mega stocks. Facebook it's dropped down to under 190. I mean, it's unbelievable. And that's one of the most profitable companies in the world, with a balance sheet that's just a fortress balance sheet. But that's what's happening right now. I mean, every little thing is being picked apart. And if you've got anything not going right in your business, it's just going to be amplified. PayPal under 100, back under 100. But anyway, if you look at Hmbl here, it's hanging on. Like I said, it's in the green. It has bounced from 10 cents up. And let's look at the acquisition. We'll come back to the chart. So it says Hmbl acquired a Latin America technology firm, and I think it's Ixia. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but they did purchase it. And this is a Mexico-based firm with 15 years of experience in developing software and IT solutions for the automotive, banking, payments, financial services, oil and gas, real estate, and cybersecurity sectors, which that's right up Humbl's alley, obviously. And that's an area they're really working hard on. It says this company is a standalone business, and it will continue to service its existing clients in Latin America. So the company will prioritize to work with Hmbl Consumer Division and Hmbl Blockchain Services to drive mutual expansion in North America and Latin America, which, as you know, Humbl's trying hard to get in Latin America. And Brian Foote says here, says Latin America is our key regional focus outside of the United States. Coming out of the Rona, said Brian Foote, said we are finding that there is not only strong interest in Web 3, which is Web 3.0, and blockchain throughout Latin America, but that there is also high quality, low cost, and fast-paced engineering talent as well. Says where they welcome the team. Now, if you remember back in their S1 that they filed, which is right here, they made it clear they'd be raising some money through two different ways. First, selling of some stock, and then also the exercising of warrants by one of the individuals that had the warrants, which I'm assuming was George Sharp and Forwardly, to the tune of 123 million shares. And realize those warrants, when they sell those, first of all, they need to be above 20 cents. And I believe they've already done that back when it was above 20. And that was to raise a little over 20 million bucks. And also the other shares that they sold in common. So they were trying to raise, right here, $39 million. Now, I don't know if they got that much because the stock did come down some, but they probably raised between probably $20 to $30 million to put on their balance sheet, which they really needed. And as you go further down there, they explain what they're going to use the stock for. That $39 million or $25 million is probably what they raised. It says, we intend to use the net proceeds from the exercise of warrants and, of course, the shares they sold for potential mergers and acquisitions, which they've done 2 of, technology costs, general working capital, and debt repayment. Now, as we go back here, you can see what they did. They only had to spend $150,000 in cash on this acquisition. They used 8.9 million common shares of Hmbl to make this acquisition. And it said Brian Foote is personally canceling shares of his Series B, which he's done multiple times. Realize he's got about 2 billion of those suckers. He's using those to offset. That way it doesn't necessarily hurt the stockholder. Now, again, as you see, this thing bounced off of about 10 cents, and there was some support for it way the crap back here. And it was way back here back in November of 2020, back when this thing first started running and everybody started noticing it. But that was the support, and it did bounce off that. But one of the reasons I think that it bounced went from 10 cents up to, up to about 17, and we might have some profit taking of some people that recently bought. There have been some extra eyeballs on this stock and more people buying it. And if you watch YouTube, you've probably seen these 2 guys. It's called Alpha Status Stocks, I think is the name of it. And they've got a bunch of subscribers and a lot of people watch them. And they actually put Hmbl as one of their top buys for 2022, I believe. So that happened like, 10, 12, 14 days ago, something like that. And I think that played a role in this thing bouncing a little bit. That's something I've noticed. And I do my best to kind of keep up with what's going on with Hmbl, whether it's, even in social media. And this would be considered part of that. But there are some extra eyeballs on this stock that weren't there for several months, and some new owners, I would assume. And there might be a little bit of profit taken at some point. But right now, they may be holding for the whole year. We'll wait and see. And that's a good thing for the stock, in my opinion. And before anybody says, well, why would you even bring up another YouTuber? I don't care. I hope more people cover Hmbl. Wait a minute, crap. Dang it. Man, I'm going to take crap over this. My Hmbl hat, keep forgetting to put it on. But anyway, I'm for people covering the stock. That's perfectly fine, and the more the merrier, because that's good for the company. I like this company long term. I am holding right now, and I'm not buying only because George Sharp brought up that reverse split talk, and that concerns me. He put out that tweet about it, and that got me a little bit uncomfortable. So, but I'm not selling either, and I am glad to see it is improving a little bit, and maybe we got some new buyers in it. But anyway, that's what's going on with Hmbl today. Just had a new acquisition. Like I said, we're dealing with a market crash, and I'm glad to see Hmbl hanging in there. That's a good sign. And if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover Hmbl. And if you're mad I didn't wear the hat, I did wear it. Anyway, we'll all get over it eventually. And I hope you did like the content, and we'll see you next time. And subscribe if you want to. And we'll see you next time on Mr. Frugal Investor.